Right now, a manhunt is underway in Chicago for the suspect who shot at Border Patrol agents in broad daylight yesterday. It happened while officers were conducting immigration enforcement operations. Anti-ICE protesters also throwing a paint can and bricks at Border Patrol's vehicles during the chaos you're seeing on your screen now.
It's so amazing because there's a lot of us out here who said, we are all for peacefully protesting, right? We're all for that. But you know, whenever they peacefully protest, there's always some sort of violence in there. And what's even more interesting about this, why isn't Mayor Brandon Johnson, why aren't they getting out here and saying anything about them doing this? Good day, my American informed brothers and sisters. Welcome to the channel. I'm Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you guys are following me up here, follow me down here. Click this; it helps me. Thank you. If and when you do subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification over brand on the drop box for you to select all notifications. Lastly, do not forget to check out my other channel called Man, Husband, Father. I do have a new video posted up over there. If you go over there and check it out, let me know what you think of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just giving you guys I guess, sort of an update. They're still investigating in this whole ordeal with this person shooting at Border Patrol officers is still underway. Now, what I want you guys to really get in your head is this. Mayor Brandon Johnson said it himself. We're going to defend this. Chicago's going to defend this land. We're not going to let them do this. We're going to stand up for Chicagoans. We will not be intimidated. Blah, 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 yada, peanut butter, right? Jelly Belly Prisker said the same type of stuff. We're not going to let them do this. We're not going to let them do that. Well, when you say things like that, and you got people on here enabling them by the way of fake news, encouraging them to go out there and so-called peacefully protest, it's amazing that they're not saying anything about the violence these individuals are doing just like this.
Right now, a manhunt is underway in Chicago for the suspect who shot at Border Patrol agents in broad daylight yesterday. It happened while officers were conducting immigration enforcement operations. Anti-ICE protesters also throwing a paint can and bricks at Border Patrol's vehicles during the chaos you're seeing on your screen now. Former federal prosecutor and former acting ICE director Jonathan Fahey joining us now. And Jonathan, this is really an unbelievable scene, perhaps not surprising because of the anti-ICE rhetoric we keep hearing from the leaders in that state, from Mayor Johnson to Governor Pritzker. But yet the fact that now this suspect is at large that fired shots, it's very concerning.
Yeah, this is very concerning, and you're right when you're talking about the rhetoric. This is so outrageous because how bad do things have to be before the leaders in the Democratic Party, particularly people like J.B. Pritzker, can step up and be adults and tell people to calm down and let ICE do their job, because ICE is the one that is doing what they're required to do. These politicians are at least encouraging or tacitly encouraging violence because that's in their political interest. It's so shameful. And I am, very worried that we're going to have something horrible happen that could be preventable. But yeah, they need to catch this person, lock them up, throw away the keys, because this cannot happen any longer.
Hey, Jonathan, what really stood out, unbelievable to me, was that while we know that the threats against ICE and Border Patrol are at a 8,000% increased risk, you had city aldermen out there in that chaos, live streaming it to social media, saying that this is unconstitutional. But yet, at the end of the day, and I rode along in Chicago on Operation Midway Blitz on the first couple of days, they were taking convicted child rapists, murderers, and criminal illegal aliens off the streets. But yet, they're out there saying that this should not happen.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They're always maligning ICE agents for their political benefit. It's really, they're basically political cheap shot artists, because that's what they need to do to advance themselves politically, as oppose ICE. But these ICE agents are doing the work that is making all of us safer. You had in Houston earlier this week, an ICE agent was severely injured arresting a sexual offender, sex predator. So they are really doing so many things to make us safer. And these politicians, they're not only getting getting in the way of them doing that, they're making their jobs more dangerous. And I have to go back, you know, you have people like J.B. Pritzker, Gavin Newsom, they are using this to elevate themselves politically. And it's so sad, as Kevin McCarthy was talking about, they need to put people ahead of politics, but they put politics first and forefront, and it's so shameful. And you have people like J.B. Pritzker that he knows if you evaluate his record as governor of Illinois, he's never going to be nominated to anything, so he has to resort to these tactics.
And Jonathan, the Chicago Police Department says, fortunately, no one was shot, but yet we have the suspect in the vehicle that fired the shot still at large. Lastly, I ask you, would you not expect that Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson should hold a press conference condemning that shots were fired at the agents and demanding that the suspect be brought to justice?
You would hope so. You would hope this would be a great opportunity to be an adult, to stand there and say, hey, you can protest all you want, but violence is something we don't tolerate in Chicago. But we don't expect him to do so, and it's so shameful. You think of the violence, you think of the 8,000% increase, you think of gang member bounties on him, and the Democrats are on the side of gang members, drug cartels. It's totally shameful.
Yeah. Why isn't Mayor Brandon Johnson, why isn't Governor Pritzker saying anything about the Border Patrol officers being shot at? Why aren't they saying anything about the video I showed you guys earlier with the person that stole the ambulance, shot at the CPD, and led them on a high-speed chase? Why aren't they coming out and saying anything about these people doing it to the Border Patrol officers? Oh, no, because the Border Patrol officers are the bad ones. They're the ones who are the enemy. They're the real thugs and criminals walking around and patrolling the streets, right? It's them that are the enemy. So, of course, they're not going to say nothing to anybody. And here's the deal. A lot of you that even back this up, I don't care. Look, if you are Democratic, whatever like that, you don't like ICE, fine. But what you're telling me is that you condone people throwing bricks at them, paint buckets at them, rocks at them, stones at them, shooting at them. You condone that? If not, then you should come out and openly condemn it. But why aren't they doing that? Why aren't they doing that? It's a question that you need to be asking those that are part of the leadership in your Democratic Party. That's what you should be asking them. Why aren't they condemning that? Yeah, I'm going to leave it right there, folks. Like I thought, they can't answer it. Let me know what y'all think about this by putting it in the comments below this video. Not forgetting to do what you see in these elements right here. This will greatly help me if y'all do this, okay? You want to see the next video after this one? It will be up there. Things I did as of yesterday right here. Click this right here to subscribe to the channel. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.